7:14 on this October 30. Bob Zdora is at mic number 2 for This Week in Real Estate. Bob and Linda Zdora. The Z Team, Century 21 LeMac Real Estate for all your real estate needs. 4050793. Check out the website, retiretoarkansas.net.
Yes, sir. Bunch of information on the website. Website is probably one of our bigger assets, right? As far as getting people's homes presented and getting information about the area. And it's very important to you as a lister. There's a number of things that go into listing a home, but that's a big part of it. I mean, obviously the Century 21, the brand of Century 21 is very powerful, and the presence on the web of Century 21. We do a magazine. We do a magazine 6 times a year. We don't do 1 or 2, 6 times a year. So the new one's coming out this week. There'll be 2 months from now, there'll be another one. So they're always fresh. When you see them at the newsstands, you see them at the different harps or whatever it is that you may go to, and you see that yellow box with the Century 21 magazines in it. Those are always new. You're not going to find something for a house that was listed in January, and it's sold 3 times already by the time you're pulling a thing out, or you call your agent and say, hey, what about this house? Like, oh, no, I'm sorry, that one's gone. Our stuff is always fresh. Like I say, great web presence. The web page, great presence there, the pictures, the verbiage, all the Century 21 listings, all 500, whatever it is, of the Century 21 listings are on their web page. Take a look. It'll give you an idea. There's some different thoughts on there. We were talking this morning, the importance of when you're going to be selling. You're going to be selling. That you guys have been talking about it. You've been sitting around the kitchen table, and it's like, well, yeah, we're gonna move back to Cleveland, and we're gonna be with the kids. We're gonna be with the grandkids. We have dad's got a health issue, whatever it may be. If you're gonna go, you're gonna go. It's not like you're still working for Northrop, and they call you up on Friday and say, well, you're going to Poughkeepsie on Wednesday. Those days are, for everybody here, those days are pretty much done.
Yeah.
So you're going to go. So you've been thinking about it for a little while. So instead of waiting to call us and we come out and we go, well, you should do this and you should do that. Linda's a stager. We can help you do this. We can get workmen in here to catch up on things that you may not have, that you may have neglected over a while. That'll help the home sell better, present better. When you're sitting there and you're thinking about this, get in the mindset of we're going to be moving. And go through your closets. Now that the seasons are changing, is an excellent time actually. Go through your closets, and you want to make 3 piles. You want to make a keep. You want to make a Salvation Army, or whatever your charity of choice is. I like the Salvation Army because they do such a good job with so little. And a trash pile. And as you do that, you realize, my God, this closet's a lot bigger than I thought it was. Because you've still got that suit that you wore, that Don Johnson suit from, or the pants with the flare legs and the big plaids on them and things like that. And you keep it, because that's what we do. It's the same thing with the houses. We keep these, and we have the memories, and we don't want to let them go, these physical things, because they remind us of that. I'm not going to say that I'm immune from this. I've got stuff in my closet, and it reminds me of something that I did with the kids, or something that I did with Linda. We have a tendency to hold on to these things, but you're going to be moving. You're going to be either paying to move this stuff so it can sit in a new closet, and you'll complain about, boy, the closets in this house aren't as big as I thought they were. And go through it, and if you've got furniture, and you're not going to take it all with you. The kids have always liked, your daughter's always liked that break front, or your son has always wanted that chair, whatever the case may be. And you're probably not going to be building cabinets anymore. Take a look at that stuff. See what is the best thing for you to do to help you to move on. You've got the time to do it now. You've got the time, like I say, nobody's going to get the call saying you're going to Poughkeepsie next week. And because that's a big thing. People that have done it, we talk to people, I've moved 10 times over the time of my career. Well, there's people that have moved 10 times, but they haven't really moved. They took their suitcase, got on a plane,
Took care of business
and
and
went
came
there.
home.
Or no, but the company came and moved them.
Oh, yeah.
They didn't have to pack everything up. Company came through, boxed everything, and sent it. Well, they don't have any real. You may have moved them multiple number of times, but you may not have been involved in the move.
Yeah.
And believe me, that is a whole nother animal when you're involved in the move, as opposed to just taking your suitcase and going and living in a hotel for a little while and then moving into your new home that they helped you pick out. Big difference.
Yep.
And we can help with that. We can help you to make that actual move, that you don't have somebody coming in to do everything. Or we can have somebody come to do everything. They can pack everything up for you. Get it in boxes and get it shipped. It's not inexpensive. Don't misunderstand me. And it's going to be a big difference between you paying for it and Northrop paying for it, or whoever, Zenith, whatever your company may have been. But it can be done. But if you're thinking that, this may be it for us, we're going to go next spring. I want to be able to see my granddaughter, play soccer, and we're going to go. Well, now's a good time, like I say, especially now at the change of season where you're going through stuff and you're putting your summer stuff away and you're pulling your fall stuff out and you go, man, that coat's pretty ratty. I'm not going to wear it anymore, but there's a lot of good charities here that could use that. And for somebody else, that may be the most royal cape they've ever had.
Yeah.
So keep that in mind.
Good point.
And it gives you a chance to help others. It gives you a chance to help yourself because it's going to be less of a project. When the home sells, you'll have this stuff squared away. 3 piles. One that you're going to keep for sure because the stuff is nice and it's fashionable and it's the wife doesn't yell at you, God, what are you wearing that for? That's stuff that you can move along and it will help you in the grand scheme of things to get to the end result. Very important because as we talk about the memorize, as you're downsizing and you're taking those memories are going with you. But you're not out cutting, or like especially now with the leaves. If you're not out going to be raking the whole big front lawn that you've got, or the acreage that you've got, and you're trying to keep it up and get the branches up and all that day-to-day maintenance of things that go on to keep you in that big house, that we can help you to get around that. Mm-hmm. And it's important for people to do that and to do it before. I mean, when the wheels are coming off. That you're not able to do some of the things that you used to be able to do. And I know that there's things that I can't do that I used to be able to do. And you need to be able to look at this realistically and not get so far down the line that the things that the washers are starting to come out in the sinks and you've got leaks and you've got electrical issues and there's dangerous issues that can come up. You can't get up on the roof. You can't clean the gutters anymore. Get somebody to do that, and say, honey, maybe we don't need this big house out here. Maybe we can look for a little condo in town. Whatever it is that you want to do, we can help you get there. And I think that that's very important that we as a people that we realize that, it's if you're moving, it's very stressful.
And like that time of year is coming up to where
well,
kids and grandkids be coming to grandpa and grandma's down here for Thanksgiving, and
sure. I mean, and you've got some time to think about it. Like I say, nobody gets boom. You're leaving tomorrow. You got a little time to think about it. Do the right thing for yourself, and help yourself and your mate. The two of you are in this together. Well, we may not always agree with each other, but we are all in this together, and we need to help each other out. I want to hit real quick. Sandy Flaming, I want to thank Sandy Flaming for the East Office for a sale that we did this week. And Chris Nassari, who's wandering around here someplace from Nassari Home Mortgage, he helped us get the financing together and with some of these changes that are going on, I think maybe we'll get him on in the next week or so and go over some of the things to help people understand that it's not the way it was even 6 months ago. That because of some of these financial rules that have changed, it's going to affect how people buy and sell homes. So I think we'll touch on that just so that people are aware.
Be good to have Chris back on.
Yeah, I think it'd be a good idea. We got the office Halloween.
Really?
At the main office. Tomorrow we're going to be there from 5 to 8. They've got the girls have been working in the hallways and getting all the spider webs and all the spookies, and they got music and everything else, and we got candy, and the agents left candy in the doorways, and it's really been a successful deal. Where they can come through, and it's all family friendly. Nobody's going to get scared. Nobody's jumping out at anybody. It's not a haunted house or anything like that.
No floating hatchets or axes.
No. It's a good time, and it's good to see old clients that come through and go, that you may not have seen for a while, and just you look at the kids and go, oh my God, wow! I remember when, and the kids gotta hate that when you go, I remember when you were this big, and they go, yeah, right, Sherby. Let's go fill up the bag. But it's Halloween. Be careful. I know that the sheriff published a list of all the sex offenders, all their addresses, so you can get all of that online if you're interested. If you have an issue with that, be with the kids. Take a flashlight.
Check out what you're doing at your office, and I'm sure some of the churches and other civic organizations will be doing some things.
Sure. And I know that down at Big Spring today, Cotter's got an event down there, down at Big Spring, and at the firehouse they've got an event out there. So there's a lot of things going on.
That'll be safe. You go down to Cotter, down to Spring,
at the firehouse. That'd be a cool place to go, actually. Yeah. Be careful though. If you're out driving around, or if you're going to the show, or you're doing something that's non-Halloween related, just be careful driving around, because these little rascals will be out there and they'll be all sugared up, and they may not be paying as much attention as we would want them to otherwise.
And then Saturday night, once all the festivities are over, and before you hit the light switch, turn the clock back.
Right, the clock back. With the clock back, and I'm sure all the firemen are yelling, tell them to change the batteries on their smoke detectors. Because that's always a big thing as well. Yeah. And it's a good monument so that you know that you did it or not.
Yeah.
The change of clock's time is a very, oh yeah, I did it. It's not like, is that the second Tuesday? When did I last change these? Change when you change the clocks.
Yep.
Well, I got a couple of them. Even if they're hardwired into the house, you've still got a battery in there. And that battery will run out, and that's there in case the power goes out.
Your battery backup.
The battery backup will go on. And they always go off at 3 a.m.
Yes.
It's always when the battery starts to run out, and you think, okay, we'll just chirp a little bit. And we get that. Oh, no, man.
How many times have I got the little step stool out at quarter to 3 in the morning?
You're stubbing your toe trying to find it. Where's that thing at? Well, I got it. So do that. Maybe you can do that tomorrow during the day. During the day. Yeah. And then go out, have a little fun Halloween. You don't have to get up at 2 o'clock in the morning to change the clocks. No. You can do that before you go to bed.
Yes.
But it's just a busy weekend. There's a lot going on. This week in real estate, there were 61 new listings came on, 18 parcels of land, 3 commercial properties. There were 40 homes came on the market, and they came out in a range of $26,000 to $592,000. Average price coming on the market was $181,000. There were 22 sales this week, 4 parcels of land sold, 18 homes sold. The 18 homes, which is down a little bit, but it's that time of year, they sold from $16,000 to $350,000. Average sale price was $103,000. The average listed price was $112,000. 180 days on market. So we've been at that 6 month range. That's been a steady number for probably as long as we've been doing this. But the market this week was like 1.8 million. So it was down from last week.
That's the lowest you've been in 3 months.
But like I say, that's it.
Time of the year.
It's that time of year, and the volume of homes is down a little bit too. 44 properties expired. 26 had price changes. There's still 60 pending. And of the homes that are on the market, there's 946 homes listed on the MLS. If you take out those without some sort of contingency, whether active or contingent or whatever, there's actually 865 homes that are just flat for sale. And they may have had a price reduction, whatever. So there's a lot of market out there. For 2014, there were 731 sales for $88.3 million year-to-date. For year-to-date this year, there's been 785 sales for $96.7 million. So that's a big number.
Phone number?
Phone number is 870-405-0793. I'll give my honey a call. She keeps the book and tells me where to be and when to be there. Retire to Arkansas.net. You can contact us from that, and we'll be glad to help you.
Bob and Linda Zdora, the Z-Team, Century 21 LeMac Real Estate for all your real estate needs, 405-0793. Time for the news. We'll be right back.